Prayer is the fuel for revival. There are a lot of ways to pray. Today we're going to talk about one in particular, and we're going to talk about intercessory prayer. Intercessory prayer is praying on the behalf of someone else. So it may look like this. Lord, help my friend John to find you, and help me be a light for him to see. So you're praying for your friend John. You're not praying for yourself. And so that's what intercessory prayer is all about. And there's two ways to do it. One is tear down prayers. They look like this. Help John to see you, God, for the first time. Help him to tear down those walls that he's had built up in the past of who you are. Help him to listen to the words of the gospel. Help him to not be distracted. God, help him to take it seriously. Help him to get past all the hurt and the pain and the stuff he's seen in his life through maybe a divorce or self-harm or different things that he's been through. God, help him to be broken. God, just take his heart and break it for you. See, that's tear down prayers. That's the kind of prayers that you just get dirty and you just go after it and you're begging for the souls of your friends. That's the type of prayer you have to have. The second type is a build-up prayer. God, help him to see you. God, help him to know you. God, help him to be a light like I'm a light for this school. Help him become a leader for the cause. Those are build-up prayers. And so we're encouraging you to do is to tear down and build up your friends through prayer. Tear down the things in their life that's not godly, and to build up the things in their lives that is godly. The Bible says this in James 5:16. We talked about it earlier. It says that the earnest prayer of a righteous person has great power and produces wonderful works. And so if you pray, you have the power to change those around you. You have the power to influence your school for the cause of Christ. And as leaders in this youth group, we have been praying for you. We've been praying for God to start a revival in your heart and your school this year. Prayer is powerful, and we've been praying for you to start that revival. And I want to tell you about somebody who did that. In 1860, there's a man named Gypsy Smith. He was the evangelist of the day. He came to America over 30 times. He was born in London. He'd travel across the whole world preaching the gospel. He preached to millions and millions of people. And they asked him what his secret was, and it really wasn't much of a secret because he had a private prayer life. And they said that prayer life was even more powerful than his preaching. That's an intense prayer life. One time a group of people came to him and they said, hey, how can we have the same kind of revivals in our cities that you're having in the cities that you go to? How can we have those massive amount of people come follow the gospel? And he looked at them without hesitation and said, here's what you got to do. He said, you got to go home, lock yourself in the room, go to the center of the room and get on your knees and take a piece of chalk and draw a circle around yourself and fervently and passionately ask God to start a revival inside that chalk circle. Will you, like Gypsy Smith, be a light to the world around you? Will you pray fervently for the lives of your friends to find Jesus and share the gospel? Will you go into the middle of your room and take a piece of chalk and get on your knees and draw a circle around yourself and pray for revival to start in your life? If that's a challenge that you're willing to take, that you're willing to stand up and be a light for the world, then I want you to take a piece of chalk from your coach. And after you take that chalk, the coach will give you more instructions on what to do.